Hello students, so in this video I am going to discuss how you can write a recursive function for this particular problem, and the problem is a 5-digit positive integer is entered through the keyboard. Means user is going to enter a 5-digit positive integer number, and you need to write a recursive function that will give you the sum of digits that are present in 5-digit number. So for this particular program, once again, first of all, let us decide how many inputs our function will need and what type of output our function is going to generate. So let me name the function as sum, and the input that our function is going to require, it will be a number, this 5-digit number. Apart from this, we do not need any other input for this particular function. And once this input is given to the function, the output that we will expect, the output, it will be the sum. Output will be the sum of this 5-digit number. So output will be the sum. Okay, and since we are talking about the integer number, and this 5-digit number is an integer number, so the data type of the input will be of integer type, and since individual digit of the number will also be an integer, and we are going to take the sum of integer number, so the sum that we are going to get as an output, the data type of it will also be of integer type. So from this we can come to the conclusion that the prototype for our function, it will be int sum int n, where this int is the data type of the output that we are going to expect. This is the name of the function, and this is the argument. Only one argument is required, and the data type of that argument will be of integer type. So with this, let me write a program. So we start with hash include stdio.h and add a file. Then we will write the function prototype. It will be int sum int n. Now after this we start with the main program, and in the main program we will ask user, we will first declare a variable n, and then we will ask user to enter the value of n, and then we will scan that value. Okay, so whatever value user is going to enter, that will be assigned to variable n. After that, we will put a printf command, and in this printf command we can write sum of digits in n %d is %d, and for this %d, sum of digits in n means this. So I will put n. So this value, whatever value that user is going to enter, that will be printed over here. So sum of digits in n is %d. So we need to print the sum. So I will put sum. I will call the function that will give me the sum of the digits, and this sum will be printed over here. It will replace this %d, and then we will write return 0 and then the end of the main function. So with this, our main function is n. Now after this we need to write a function definition. So to write the function definition, we need to first write the function prototype again. So it will be int sum int n, and then we will start the definition part of it. Now in the definition, let me write the recursive. Since we need to write a recursive function, so our program will be something like this. If n is equals to 0, then return 0, else return n %10 plus sum n divided by 10, and then end of the main function, and then end of our program. So this will be our function definition. So let's see how this function definition is going to work. To check the working of this function, let us assume that the user has entered the value of n as user has entered the value of n as n as 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, now since user has entered this, so when we call our function over here, then it is called as sum 1 2 3 4 5. It means that over here our function come with value of n as 1 2 3 4 5. Now with this value, where the compiler is going to go inside this function, then first of all it is going to check this condition. Since n is 1 2 3 4 5, but so this condition becomes false. Since it is false, so it is going to execute this. Means from here compiler is going to call this n %10 plus some n division 10. So n %10 means, since this operator is going to give you the remainder, so 1 2 3 4 5 divided by 10, it gives 1 2 3 4 as a quotient and 5 as remainder. So it means that since 5 is remainder, so it will be, this value will be returned 5 plus sum, over here we have double n divided by 10. Now since n is integer, 10 is integer, so it is going to give you answer as integer. So it is going to give you the quotient part. Okay, so it will be sum 1 2 3 4. Okay, so once we call 1 2 3 4 5, the value that is returned to this, it will be 5 plus sum 1 2 3 4. But since this value is unknown to the compiler, so compiler is again going to call this function again, but this time it is going to call the function with value 1 2 3 4. Now again compiler is going to check this condition, and if n is equals to 0. Since n is not equals to 0, so compiler is going to execute this statement, return n %10 plus sum n divided by 10. And again, since This time it is 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 %10 will give you remainder as 4. So it is going to give you 4 plus sum 1, 2, 3, 4 divided by 10, means quotient will be 1, 2, 3. So with this, since again this is unknown to the compiler, so compiler will again go back to the function definition, and this time it go back with value of n as 1, 2, 3. And again it is going to check the condition, and since the value of n is not equals to 0, so it is going to execute this statement. Over here n is 1, 2, 3, so 1, 2, 3 %10 will give you remainder as 3 plus sum n divided by 10, means sum 12. Sum 12. Okay, now again since it is unknown to the compiler, so again compiler is going to come back over here, and this time with the value of n as 12. Now again this condition is going to be checked, since again n is not equals to 0, so again it is going to be returned, and this time the return value it will be 2 plus sum 1. Now again compiler is going to go back to the function definition, and this time it is going to have the value 1. So again this condition will be checked. This condition will be checked, and since again the condition is false, so again this is going to be executed, and this time it will be 1 plus sum 0. Right? Now again compiler is going to go back to the function definition, and this time with the value of n as 0. 1 divided by 10 gives 0. So value of n is 0. Now again this condition is going to be checked, and this time you can see that this condition is true. Value of n is 0. So condition is true. Since it is true, so it is going to return 0. So this time it has not called the function again. So it has returned to this, it has returned the value 0. Once this 0 is received, means once there is no further call of function, so this function value will be returned to this sum 0. So after receiving this value, this 0 will be added to 1, so it becomes 1 plus 0, and then this 1 will be returned to this sum 1. So now this 1 will be added to 2, and it becomes 3, so 3 will be returned to sum 12. Now this 3 plus this 3 becomes 6, and 6 will be returned to sum 1, 2, 3. Now this 6 plus 4 becomes 10, and this 10 will be returned to sum 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this 10 plus 5, it becomes 15, and this 15 will be returned to sum 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So finally this is going to receive the value 1, 5, 15, and you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sum is 15, and this sum 15, this value 15 will be printed at this position. So again you can see that in recursive function we start by calling the function again and again. First we call sum 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then 1. And once we received the sum 0, And once we received absolute value, means once there is no further function call, then we stopped at that point, and you can see then we keep on returning the value 0, 1, 3, 6, 10 and 15. So in recursive function, first we have to move from top to bottom and then from bottom to top, and then we will get the final value that we are expecting. So now let me run this program in code block. Over here I have just put the same program. It is a function declaration. It is main function. Over here I declare and I ask user to enter any 5-digit number. User enter whatever value user enter, I assign it to n, and then I put sum of digits of %d is %d. For this %d I put n, for this %d I call the function, right? And then in the function definition I just put this condition, and if condition is true I return 0, else I return this. So whatever I explained, I put the same code over here. Now if I run this program, it is asking enter any 5-digit number. So if I enter say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can see it is giving me 15. Okay, so I am getting the proper answer. Now if I again rerun this program for some another, and let me check 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it is giving me 20. 2 plus 3 5, 5 plus 4 is 9, 9 plus 5 is 14, 14 plus 6 is 20. If I let me check this program for some other number, and this time let me try only 3-digit number. So you can see still I am getting a result. 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6. So I am getting a result for this case also. So this program that we have just written, it is not only for a 5-digit number, it can be used for any digit, any number having any number of digits. So with this I end. If you have any question, you can post it in the chat box. So thank you so much.